What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Huddy. Today I'm bringing you guys another build video slash guide, I guess. I don't really like, I call these guys, but I don't know, bro. I just like showing what I play sometimes and reroll as. Either way, I don't want to start yapping. This is my Hallowed Palm Amazon. I've been working on this in the background for a while. This character at first was very squishy, had to farm up the gear and the currency to buy certain pieces of armor to get my, you know, resins and stuff where it's okay to do maps and stuff like that. I'm only going to showcase a T16 Delirious map and a T4 Zesh because I don't have an Arbiter. I could buy some, don't want to right now. So I'm just going to show Zesh and a T16 map, show the mapping experience and Pinnacle kind of one. Zesh is the easiest one, but he's a punching bag for everybody, and it's a nice little showcase. Like I was saying, this is Hallowed Palm. We're gonna get straight into the skill tree. As you guys can see, I am basically kind of the same as my ice shot. Not really. I dropped a lot of other nodes, but this is almost also. I think this is almost at 100% crit hit chance as well, by the way. And this character is actually fairly tanky, as you guys can see. It's 5,000 energy shield. So I am utilizing daze still because I daze on hit, so it's super nice to be able to do that. I have a Heart of the Well diamond here, double gain, very expensive, but if you can find one with at least cold or lightning, I think you should just go focus on lightning, get lightning, because lightning scales harder than cold damage. Even though I am using a cold skill, lightning does whatever, for whatever reason, scales it way better. I grabbed Maiming Strike right here. I got some evasion right here. I got Bestial Skin, enhanced reflexes. Definitely needed for a melee character because you're going to be in a lot of strong enemies' faces, so you want to have some evasion. Yes, I have 5,000 ES, but none of that matters if I'm getting punched in the face. I got Heartbreaking, Heart Stopping, and Struck Through. All a must-have, especially with this diamond here, which is the Pandemonium Shrine Time Loss Sapphire, which is super nice, especially for elemental builds. I could save up my div and go freaking get Time Loss Diamond for gain lightning for all notables, but I like this way better. I feel like this is way stronger, honestly. So if you can, aim for one of these. Walker of the Wilds, a must-have, especially if you're doing elemental damage. Like I was saying, I have Stupefy and Dizzying Hits, which 40% increased critical hit chance against dazed enemies, and 40% increased damage against dazed enemies. And like I was saying, this diamond right here, or sapphire right here, is also giving me, for the notables, is giving me 9% increased critical damage bonus and 7% crit hit chance on the notables. I think the small ones are just giving me elemental damage. Subterfuge Mask, +2 evasion per 1 item energy shield on equip helmet. So try to get a real high ES helmet, which I'll show you gear after we go through the tree. I went to get Agile Succession due to, like I was saying, you're in the enemy's face, like you're gonna be punching them literally. So 6% increased attack speed and a 30% increased evasion rating if you hit an enemy recently. And I'm always hitting, so that's an extra 30%, which I think I'm at 60%. So that's probably 62 to 63% evasion. So that's not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad for a melee character and you to be punching something. What else do we got going on here? I just went ahead and grabbed Step Like Mist for extra movement speed and mana regeneration. I got all these ES nodes right here. Flow Like Water, attack and cast speed. Got a Crashing Wave for the critical damage. Went up here and got Moment of Truth for extra crit hit chance, and crit damage. I got the Power Within. This is super nice because once you consume a power charge, it's 20% increased critical damage bonus if you've gained a power charge recently, which I will be doing for bossing. This is really just for bossing. I went Concussive Strike for extra days on hit, so I'm already at like 25 over here, and this is an extra 30. I could have got to 35, but I just went ahead and got more damage because the tool, I mean, like, as some of you guys may know, Hallowed Palm doesn't scale off of a weapon. It scales off of the skill gem itself. So you gotta be like as strong as possible, and you had to get like level 21 plus gems. Oh man, I forgot to talk about this down here. Attack damage and combo. This is super important, especially for like if you're using monk skills, because they scale off combo. And when you like trigger the skill, it uses up the combo to give it a massive boost in damage. So I just got these for 10% chance to build an additional combo on hit and attack speed, which is nice. So basically what that means is like every time I punch, I have a 10% chance for that one to turn to a two, basically, or an extra one. Without me having to punch an extra time, it rolls me another one. Got Throat Seeker, crit damage bonus, crit hit chance. I got Overflowing Power. These are just power charges, gaining extra power charges. Crit over here, Hallowed Palm. Like I was saying, you don't scale off of your quarterstaff. You scale off of the gem. So physical damage based on their skill level. And then 1% more attack speed per 25 item evasion on equipped armor items. I got decent evasion, so I got pretty nice attack speed, and I have 5,000 energy shield. So I'm almost at 100% crit hit chance, if not 100% crit hit chance now. Oh, I also have a Megalomaniac Diamond. I went with Bestial Rage for the attack damage, and Reaching Strike for also 25% increased melee damage, plus to melee strike range. Super nice. I like it. I mean, I may try to, when I get some more stuff sold, I'll probably try to find a different one. And I think that's basically it for the skill tree. It's nothing too special here. A lot of this is basically mechanics. Like Daze is gonna help us out quite a bit with damage and stuff like that. So now we're gonna get into our items. Oh snap. My fault, guys. My fault. Okay, so two things here. I went with Mystic Harvest for Life Leech, recovers based on elemental damage as well as physical. Stalking Panther, and I'm still rocking In for the Kill and Predatory Instinct. Now, I was trying to test some stuff out before I started recording. I wanted to get Chaos Inoculation, right? I really wanted this to work. But listen to this, y'all. I really wanted this to work. So I was gonna go Chaos Enoch, right? And then if I could somehow allocate Vile Pact onto my skill tree, I was willing to sacrifice a whole gem socket just to do this. Like I was really gonna do this because I feel like it would have been perfect. But I feel like GGG already knew that I was gonna be OP as hell, so they did this on purpose. But I was gonna put Vile Pact, and then I have Chaos Inoculation with me being able to leech with elemental damage. Now we're gonna get into my gear. And the reason why I was saying I was gonna do that is because I am rocking the Incentia Sanguius Furtive Wraps? I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Either way, reason why I was saying all of that is because these gloves turn Life Leech into Energy Shield Leech. So imagine the Vile Pact, which basically is Life Leech is instant, with me being able to leech life and stuff off elemental damage, which all I do is elemental damage. That would have been insane. This character probably would have been almost unkillable. This character is already hard as hell to kill as it is because of these gloves, on top of the evasion and energy shield as well. So it's crazy. But either way, I'm running these for my gloves. These are not cheap by no means. You can probably buy some cheap ones and then keep trying to roll them and corrupt them to get 2 or 3 sockets. But these are not cheap as they are. I sold a pair like 2 weeks ago for 350 div. So these are not cheap by no means. I mean, we're midway through the league, so 350 div may be cheap to some of you guys. But either way, You could probably find some for 200, maybe 150. They may not be as good as these, like triple socket. They may be double socket, but it's still decent. Key things you do want to make sure you have is leech as life and mana for sure. Definitely want to do that because this character uses a lot of mana. Like as you can see, as I'm swinging, mana is gone. So as I continue to hit, I get all my mana back. I got fizz and cold damage and 5% increased skill speed on here. It's a pretty good ring for what it is. I could find something else. Upgraded to a new chest piece. I dropped literally one spirit from my other one, but better reses, better evasion and energy shield. Perfect. Literally perfect. Like I'm sitting at 61% evasion. Cold is in at 75, but bro, like it's perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and try to min-max 4% freaking cold res. Helmet, upgraded my helmet a little bit. Actually a lot of bit. I swapped from rarity on this character because it's kind of hard to fit rarity on this specific build. So I just shopped around and just got high ES and high evasion pieces of armor. And I'm rocking this one now, which is pretty decent. Triple res, energy shield. Can't go wrong with it. Amulet, main things you don't focus on. Spirit, melee. Like basically you want to copy this amulet. You can go with either attributes or you can go with extra spirit. The base of the amulet is up to you, but basically this is what you want on this character. I'm pretty sure I could have went evasion instead of energy shield, but I was like, you know what? I don't have an energy shield version of this, so I just did this one. My other ring, triple reses, flat lightning, flat cold, flat fire. Pretty good ring. Boots, pretty good boots. They okay. These are the same boots I've been rocking since basically the beginning of the league. So Oros, resolve, super nice. Instant arm or guard, I should say. And guard is a buff that provides a buffer against damage from hits, taking the damage before your life. But this is super nice. So if like my energy shield gets hit or my life gets hit, I can just pop guard and just get all my ES back, basically, because I'm leeching it. That's basically my gear. Let's get into the skills because this is where a lot of cool things are happening. Ice Strike is my main skill. Level 24. The only reason why it's level 24, honestly, is because it's corrupted and then plus 3 levels from global modifiers. I went Ice Bite, Pinpoint Critical, Elemental Armament, Practice Combo, and Rage 3. I'm actually probably gonna put that back on. And yeah, we're sitting at 146,000. Yeah, almost 100%. 95% crit hit chance. It's super nasty. Super nasty. Granted, my critical damage bonus isn't that high, but you critting 95% of the time, it makes up for it, honestly. Falling Thunder is our main bossing skill. I went Culmination 2, Ambrosia, Inevitable Critical, Excise, Overextend. This sits at 100% at almost 540% critical damage bonus. This is the bossing skill. You can basically one-shot most bosses with this once you get enough combo, which I will show you guys. Hopefully, unless I get straight up cooked. Shattering Palm. This is a mapping skill. Super nice. You like basically bounce around the map and basically like touch them and they get like a frozen ice cube on them, and if you do enough damage to that specific enemy, he blows up and anything else around him blows up. Super cool. Magnified effect, Ancestral Call. Reason why I run Ancestral Call is because every 3 seconds, ancestrally boosted, basically it throws 2 other shadow versions of my character and they do the same thing I just did to other enemies within the vicinity. It's super nice. Elemental Armament and Rage Forged. This is just for extra damage if it consumes 10 rage. It has a 30% chance not to do that, but if it does, I mean, it's still gonna get the 35% more damage, but it has a chance to not consume the rage, which is pretty cool. And the Chayula, this is a bossing skill. So basically, I hand the Chayula. I have Sniper's Mark, Blind, Culmination, A-list Chime, Rapid Attacks. Yeah, so this is super nice because it kind of teleports me to the boss and I can freaking grab him or hit him, and I don't have to worry about actually having to physically press the button to, I mean, I guess I could still mark him. It's the same thing, but except this converts 73% of my physical damage to chaos, and it is super nice. I really, really enjoy it. Here are my defensive layers. Move this up here. I run Convalescence. This is super nice. So the moment I get hit, basically, I can pop this and it starts recharging my energy shield and I take no damage. Or the energy shield doesn't take damage. So this is a real nice layer of defense. Wind Dancer, as you guys know, super nice layer of defense as well. Oh, and that I run Compressed Duration and Recovery. Cooldown Recovery. I think I should swap that instead of Skill Effect Duration. I should probably change that to more. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. I can't really tell the difference when I swap those two. But yeah, this has a 30-second cooldown, by the way, so you kind of want to drop that down a little bit. Wind Dancer, I run Blind, Magnified Effect, Maim, Cooldown Recovery, and Knockback. Super nice. Another layer of defense is Ghost Dance. So basically, every time I get hit, you consume a Ghost Shroud. The recovery energy shield equal to 7% of your evasion. 7% of 61 to 63%. I don't know. The math is decent. I get a decent amount of energy shield back. I have Uthrid's Omen and Compressed Duration as well. I think this just gives me my shroud back faster. All right, so this is where things get interesting. I am running Herald of Ice with Ambush, Magnify Area 2, Dialess Desire, Elemental Armament, and Piety's Mercy. Now, the reason why I don't want Herald of Ice to kill is because I want my cast on critical to pop on those enemies so I can bounce around. And if I continuously do that and it chains off of one another, I'm doing literally Ice Strike with Lightning Warp, and I'm basically just blinking around the map. And it's super fun, super satisfying. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but it's super sick. And like I said, I've been experimenting with cast on critical because I never really messed with it before, and it's actually a really cool skill. Like I was saying, I'm using Lightning Warp with Magnified Effect, Energy Retention, Balanced Energy, and Encroaching Ground. And it's fun. Like, this whole build is super fun. It's super tanky. You could still get bodied though, as you know, because this game loves random bull killing you. Like I was saying, I'm just gonna run a map, and then I'm gonna run a Zesh. This is a T16. I don't know how this is gonna go. I really don't like either one of these maps. What's this? Chanel, Confluence, Savannah. Let's run a Savannah. T16 is like 36% delirious, so nothing too crazy. This character can do all content. It can do simulacrum. It just takes a little skill because you are a melee character and you have to move and dodge, because if you don't, you will get stun locked. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it can do a max simulacrum. It can do max Oroth. It can do max Arbiter, Uber Arbiter. It can do basically everything in the game that you need to do. Now, do I know people who are going out of their way to do 150% delirious waystones? No. See, I'm getting stunned now. Golly, they causing me. Oh, there we go. They cause bleeding, so if they hit me hard enough, I die. Kind of annoying. You can see the lightning warp works sometimes. It's like the enemy doesn't have enough health, so it doesn't work. It kind of just die from But sometimes you gotta kind of like back up and re-engage. I also notice like sometimes the hits don't register. You can obviously make this even stronger with Trinity. There's a lot of stuff you can do to make this jump crazy. Look at that. I don't even know what I'm taking damage from. I'm just taking damage. This is just so fun, yeah. This might be my last video for the league. I don't know yet. I'm still working on a little lightning spear situation. There's not much you can do with that. Like just strictly throwing lightning spears. It's cool though. It's very fun to look at. Oh no. Almost died right there. As y'all can see, you putting in that work with this freaking shattering palm. I think that's what's really killing him. I think if I just did my ice strike, I'll probably teleport a lot more. I'm not mapping very efficiently right now. See if I can get a nasty little chain going. I thought about ancestrally boosting Ice Strike, but I don't know how that'll work. I sometimes lose track around that too, because it's... Ooh, look at that! Look at me go! Everything just dies. This is hilarious. Yeah, this is like super duper fun for no reason. Let me go see if I can find the rest of these. Oh man, that was the reshine. See if I can find the rest of these. They're probably over there in the boss room. That's annoying. Let me see though. Could be wrong. I think that thing is in the boss room. Yeah, I gotta go close the pit while fighting the hyena. That junk's so stupid. It's always in the boss room. Oh, maybe not. I got hit hard, boy. I'm bleeding to death. And poison. I'm not doing this goddamn ritual. Get out of here, woman. Okay, those two, though. Alright, let's go kill the boss or get killed. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Oh! Dead. I'm about to die. Oh my lord, what is happening? kill him, bro. He gotta go. I'm fighting like 6 bosses at once. That was an interesting boss fight. I'm not gonna lie. That was probably one of the most interesting boss fights I've ever had. And I'm just leeching all my ES back. Like, this is crazy. This is basically it's like little stuff that can kill me, like bleed, poison, but like I was thinking, like, if I can go chaos inoculation, it might be way better. What the hell? How am I supposed to grab that piece of the spear over there? Oh well, I don't need it. It's just garbage anyways. What did he drop? I don't need that garbage anyways neither. All right, that's the mapping experience. As y'all can see, that junk is insane. Let's go blow Zesh up, and that'll be the video basically. If I get a couple more citadels, I can get an arbiter fight. I'll record the arbiter fight. But other than that, man, everything's basically the same. Like, I'll just show an arbiter fight because this character can one-shot a lot of pinnacles. I think it can one-shot. It didn't one-shot the arbiter, but it got close. That Shattering Palm is no joke. Shattering Palm is just so strong. Like I was saying, you can just get rid of cast on crit and go Trinity instead, but I enjoy cast on crit a lot. It doesn't seem to really work all the time for whatever reason. Like I said, I think that's because a lot of the enemies just die before I can actually cast. Either that or I'm not doing enough cold damage to trigger Hail of Ice. I think that might be what it is. I think that's why I threw on Ice Bite, honestly. I think that's why I threw that on. I probably need to put cold attunement on and get more cold damage. I don't have a lot of cold damage. It's kind of weird. It's like 6,000. You want to kind of get your combo stacks up to like 100. But I think 80 will work. Oh. 80 to 150 is like the perfect range to basically do like 20 million damage in one burst. And that right there, people, is the build. I don't want to make this video too long. Shit's already 29 minutes, and I feel like I was yapping majority of the time. But either way, this is the build. There will be a build guide. I appreciate you guys for showing me mad love lately and subscribing. We're almost at 1,000. I think we're currently at like 899 right now. But I'll keep trying to upload stuff. Busy work schedule, lifing, stuff like that. Like I said, this might be my last video this league. We'll see. And if not, I'll see y'all in the next one. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Peace.